Hello and welcome to the Wager Talk Studios on this third Friday of a new year. If you have yet to hear, maybe read, or of course it's possible you are quite aware of what the Phoenix Suns, have morphed into now that the core group that was expected to begin the season playing as one is healthy and whole overall and trending to being more productive and efficient with each game played. This Suns troop survived the first half of the season despite having played more than 30 games without the offseason addition, the big contract addition of Beal from the Wizards. The Pelicans, they made some changes over the last month. Offensive changes since mid-December, rotational changes, second and third rotations. The Pels are 4-2 the last 6 games, with the team's victories coming over or against the Dallas Mavericks, Charlotte Hornets, Golden State, and the Sacramento Kings. Phoenix has matched the Pels mark, the 4-2 mark over the 6-game stretch, and they're riding a 3-game winning streak. The Suns won this past Tuesday with a crazy good 22-point fourth quarter come from behind win over the Kings. Phoenix 8-3 since Beal returned from an ankle injury on December 29th. While it isn't overwhelmingly evident that this team is starting to show their mettle, what they're expected to be now that Beal's healthy, they will very soon. And this is a group that I fully expect, as long as they stay healthy, to continue to provide the evidence that they're going to be one of the 4 or 5 teams in the West who will have a swagger in March, ready for the NBA title tournament. Now, Phoenix's 119-117 win over Sacramento on Tuesday really did show that this group is committed. They believe in their coach Vogel. They've verbalized it to the press, and they trust him. And they're valuing each game, which is important for a team that's just creeped over 500 and again, finally become healthy, effective, efficient, and competitive. Uber competitive, by the way. New Orleans defeated Charlotte on Wednesday night. They've won 2 of the last 3, and again, they're 4-2 in the last 6, and believing they're a better team with the changes they've made now. The Suns are healthy as a whole, despite having a pair of pieces tonight on the injury list. Bol, Damian Lee, ruled out for the night's Tilton because New Orleans will not have the services of Matt Ryan. Each game played brings critical cohesion to this new first 5 that Vogel's put together, and the work ahead for him of adjusting and tweaking the alternate rotations is grabbing hold. It's making the Suns group difficult to ignore in reference to standing in front of this squad. The metrics of the Suns roster, the most efficient, incredibly staggering numbers. Most recently, those with the new combinations, the second, third rotations, they provided evidence that the team's jump from pedestrian to competitive, especially defensively, when all of the big 3 parts are on the floor, playing as one. The team's overall net rating, as well as their offensive and defensive efficiency, all are part of the top 5 in the league overall, among the elite, the considered elite. The return of Beal, in combination with Devin Booker, Kevin Grant, as I mentioned, staggering numbers. The Suns' primary first 5, a rotation that is compiled dynamic statistics. Booker, Beal, Allen, Durant, and Nurkic. That's the first 5, the starting 5. The Suns own a plus 27.8 net rating, average over 140 points per 100 possessions in non-garbage time per cleanandglass.com. Give them their credit. Phoenix starting lineup of Grayson Allen, Nurkic, Beal, Booker, Durant have put together a pretty efficient working model for Coach Vogel. 8-3 straight up in the last 11 games. Well, the spread's not been real good, 4-6-1. That's improving, and it will improve. And Vogel even talked about it, not necessarily the spread, but talked about improving the margin of victory. Some of these close games that they have failed because they were lacking depth, and they do. That's the fragile part of this team, is that if one of the big 3 goes down, they're a 500 team at best. They need all 3 in the lineup. Durant, much more versatile offensively and defensively than Williamson, and the ever-changing defensive schemes that Vogel's using switching possession after possession has created adjustments for Phoenix's game night foes that they've done poor job adjusting to. Personally, I haven't hesitated to grab the coattail of the Suns team. I really haven't. I will assume and I will continue supporting this Phoenix group until they prove differently or prove me wrong. I'm ready to back them even before I examine the game night matchup. But obviously, I will not push in until having done my due diligence. But I like what the Suns are bringing to the matchup on game night, and I'm in. I'm in for now. I'm in tonight. The game minutes for the Suns' big three, they continue to grow. Tonight's situation for a meeting with the Pelicans inside of the Smoothie Center favors Phoenix in a road dog position. And across the board, really, all the variables are the Suns to keep, hold, and to play to. And it's going to require that really the home team tonight does some things differently to come out on top. The Suns' defense made a leap in efficiency since the first of the month. Tangible numbers that Beal provides the offense have opened up clean and unguarded takes from the three line, particularly for Grayson Allen. This New Orleans overall, the 112 points allowed per game, is 4 points higher than it was the 1st of January. The negative regression, schedule strength in New Orleans, in question. It puts them in a position of playing everything pretty close to the vest over the next month if they want to stay where they are, which is the top of their division right now. Beal, Booker, and Durant have played together in just 10 of 40 games, but when they're on the same page of the same book, in the same rotation, ridiculously dangerous. Beal averaging 20, shooting 53% in 11 games since his return. As mentioned earlier, his arrival has allowed Booker to move from the point to the number 2, back and forth, giving him a break from all the responsibilities that really lie on a point guard in this league. Durant's shooting 48% from three-point lanes with the return of Beal. Allen, 52% from the three line in, on, and around Beal's return. What has been the NBA's worst fourth quarter team, the Suns, have turned in that fourth quarter 22-point comeback to show that as long as Beal's there, that gives them the depth that's very necessary for fourth quarter production and efficiency. When December arrived, the Suns were being outscored by an average of 15 points per 100 fourth quarter possessions. That's pretty miserable. I trust these guys, Vogel says. We have a roster that can win. Tonight, the play in Big Easy is grabbing the Suns plus the points in a small push at the sportsbook counter with over the total. A top player prop, Grayson Allen over 12.5 points at even money. I'm Tony Finn. Glad you came by. See you tomorrow.